Hi, everybody, and welcome to our nation's Zoom for Monday, October 29th. And I'm very excited that we have one of my very favorite people from Arbonne as our guest trainer tonight, Tami Rae. Before I introduce Tami, I'd love to share with you my alarm. Just reiterate some things that the Arbonne Consultant Bulletin had shared with you. And really, it's just because I thought that for the first time that I've seen them do this, that they really just put it in a way that allows you to prepare and plan how you're going to do some marketing. So like, who would have known that November 1st was World Vegan Day? So now we know, and we can like plan to make some posts about it, right? Or that November 11th is Veterans Day, and that November 13th is World Kindness Day. Of course, we have Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, and Giving Tuesday. And these are all such amazing ways to, Arbonne is the company that wants to give back, just amazing ways to highlight who we are and who you are as independent consultant with Arbonne, and, shed light on who you are and who you are with Arbonne in your marketing. So I just thought that was really great. And just to let you know that November 1st, check the internet right away because GTC registration opens and everyone can go this year. It's not like this managers and above. It's like everyone can go, and it's discounted, from November 1st through November 30th. So after that, it goes up $100, I think. So you definitely want to register early. And I just can't say enough that you want to be there. There is absolutely no excuse that I know of. Well, there's maybe one or two good excuses to not go, but there's really not many excuses to not be there. So I definitely, if you're on this call, I know you're a leader, and every leader needs to be there because every leader will be on stage at some point, and you need to see it. You need to get it from your head to your heart. Arbonne, the big show, the big picture, be there for the product launch, be there for the education, be there for the camaraderie. There's just so many benefits to going, and there's so many statistics that share that if you do go to GTC and you attend and you participate, that your business will grow. So I just can't say enough about it. I wouldn't be here today if I had not attended my first GTC for the party. So, all right, without further ado, I'm going to introduce Tami Rae. As I said, she's one of my favorite people in Arbonne, and you'll see by the end of her talking tonight why I feel that way, why she's so amazing. But she is a registered nurse. She's a breast cancer survivor. She's a health advocate, and she's a regional vice president with Arbonne. And Tami was introduced to Arbonne in 2003 while working the night shift as a labor and delivery nurse. And after, I hated the rotation to midnights as a nurse. After going through breast cancer, Tami knew she needed to find a way to earn income without being clocked in somewhere. She knew she needed a backup plan, and I cannot say enough about preparing for impact because we don't know when that's going to happen. And Arbonne was always in the back of her mind, but after losing her mother and her sister to cancer, she had this profound experience with the 30-Day to Healthy Living plan. And if you haven't heard Tami's story, it's life-changing. So it'll really help you on your journey to helping others with the 30-Day program. But Tami decided to treat Arbonne like a business, and she's been on a nutrition mission ever since. So Tami has enjoyed the Regional Vice President lifestyle since 2015. She's earned 6 AITs, and she lives in a resort town in picturesque northern Michigan. So without further ado, Tami, take it away. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karen. Love you so much, and just appreciate you for having these calls. And it's truly an honor to be invited on, you guys. And congratulations to you for being here, because there's no, we don't go to school for Arbonne. This is school right here, getting on these calls and coming together so that we can learn and grow from each other. And that's why I'm here, is just to share some things that I've learned, and I just want to pass on to others, because that's what this is all about, right? We get to learn from each other. So the topic that I'm bringing to you today is, if we know what to do, then why aren't we doing it? And I don't know about you, but when the calendar turned to 2018 this year, I just had a pit in my stomach because I was like, oh no, here we go. Another year of the same. And I don't know, have you ever felt that way where you're living the same Arbonne month over and over and over? And it's like, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Why is nothing changing? And maybe you start to back off a little bit because you get a little, just mad. Why aren't things changing? I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And this has been a whole growth year because I just determined at the beginning of the year that this was going to be the year that I did whatever it took to grow, to figure out what's been holding me back and to just grow through it. And I've had this quote on my mirror in the bathroom by Stephen Covey, and it says, systems are more powerful than goals. And I kept thinking about that, systems are more powerful than goals, because how many times have you written your goal for the month and the month passes and you didn't reach it? And so you write it again and the month passes and you didn't reach it. And I'm just like, okay, systems, let me hone in on that. Systems are more powerful than goals. And even, take it a step further, habits are more powerful than goals. And that's really what I've been honing in on, is what are my daily habits? And this is the stuff that we need to shift in order to grow and, have a different result, right? So if we know what to do, then why aren't we doing it? I want to focus real quick on the what, and then we're going to talk about the why. So the what is, we all know our system is to talk to 30 to 40 new people every month, right? And sometimes, that feels like a big number, or it just feels kind of, nondescript, like what does that really mean? And so I needed to funnel it to a daily habit. And what I encouraged my team to do with me in August was to ask 3 people a day to take a look at our business. Because something that, and maybe you've been here too, something that I was focused on before was getting lots of activity on my calendar, but I was asking for the presentation. I wasn't necessarily asking for someone to take a look at the business. So it's just a small shift, you guys, and it's like stuff, I've heard before, and I don't know how I was missing it. I just was so focused on packing my calendar, but really start at the top of the funnel and let's ask people to join our business. So I've had so many team members ask, what is it that's making Peyton Scheibner, grow like gangbusters in this company? Or Ashley Strong is just growing so, quickly. And all these people are promoting, what are they doing? Well, here's what they're doing. They're using a system. And Ashley Strong's system has always been 5 asks a day. Peyton Scheibner's system is 8 ASVPs equals 2,500. And she's finding people to launch, 3 to 4 people to launch every month. And so they're using this system and duplicating it in their organization. And that's why they're growing like gangbusters. So I had to think about, okay, Tami, what is your system going to be? And so what I asked my team to do with me is 3 asks a day, which basically takes about 10 minutes. And I'm going to share some verbiage with you that I use. We're also going to focus on helping 3 to 4 new consultants start and launch their business in the calendar month. Okay, so think of it that way. Instead of just booking presentations, be mindful and intentional about how am I going to launch people? Because that's what we need to do, right? Is to build teammates, not just sponsor PCs. We want to build a team. And then also just looking at, I wanted to have 3 activities on my calendar every week, whether that be group presentations or, a combination of one-on-ones and groups and lives, whatever I needed to do. But that was going to be my system. So I wanted to I wanted to share with you my verbiage. And so Donna Johnson, I know you guys listen to Go for Gold, and if you haven't, they're awesome. But Donna Johnson talks about the best way to engage right now is to use the voice memo, like you're leaving a voice message through Facebook Messenger, or if you're sharing iPhone to iPhone, it's not like you're calling them. You're just using the audio voice clip to leave this 1-minute message. So you have 1 minute to say what you need to say. And she says that that's like the greatest way that people are actually responding to messages. in this day and age. And I have to admit, it's working really well. So this is my voice memo clip that I've been leaving for people, and I'll share it with Karen. So, hi, Danielle. I love the pictures you posted of your son's birthday. He's getting so big. I hope all is well for you. I was thinking of you, and I don't know if this would be a fit for you or not, but I love you, and I love who you are. You are a person of excellence, and you have a way of putting people at ease. And I know you care about health and wellness because you're always doing what you can to take care of you and your family. And I have a business that I do with Arbonne, and it's a health and wellness company. It's a global business that I run from my home, and I think you would be amazing at it. And I think you would love everything about it, including the clean, pure, cruelty-free detox product, which is what initially caught my attention. Please feel comfortable telling me no if this ends up not being a fit for you, but I would just love to walk you through what this business looks like to see if it may be a fit. Are you free tomorrow morning or later this week to connect? Either way, I would love to catch up with you. Whew, you guys, that's it. 3 asks to take a look at this business a day. Can we do that? Can we take 10 minutes and do that? I'm going to tell you right now, if you do, it'll change everything. So here's the deal. So if we know what to do, then why aren't we doing it? Well, here's what most of us, including me, what I was thinking was holding me back. Well, I was thinking that I just needed a new 100-person list. And I hear this all the time from my team. Oh, Tami, I feel like I've talked to everybody. I don't know who to talk. Well, you probably have talked to everybody. So that means you need a new list. And you guys, the way to get into other networks is to do group presentations, is to, talk to people and ask them to connect you to people that they know. Ask for referrals. Maybe you need to go get a new hairdresser. Maybe you need to join some groups, like go to a yoga class, go to a different gym, go to, I don't know, I've met so many people at the dog park just because we have that in common, that we love dogs. Join a business networking group. Just try to get into new groups so that you can meet new people and get into new networks. I too, if I didn't have consistently 2 group presentations a week, I do Facebook Lives. And it's so interesting because I actually have 2 district managers on my team that came from me just, having the courage to get on and do a Facebook Live, and it perked their interest and they got a hold of me. So another reason that we might not be growing and why we're not, doing Arbonne is because we wait for people who aren't all in. Who's done that before? We're waiting for our family member to jump in when they never will. They never will. Just move on. We try to rescue people. Oh my goodness, I'm like the queen of that. Not anymore. We wait for this business to be convenient. Well, we might have to keep waiting for that. We wait for our team to do something. You guys, these are just things that were coming to the top of my head that I've experienced, so maybe you can relate to these too. We focus on activity without personal development, or we focus so much on personal development that we don't get all of our activity in. We would rather dream of the possibilities of someone joining our team than actually ask them to join our team and get no for an answer. Wow, I recognize that in me, that's something that runs pretty deep inside of me. I like to dream about it. We become next monthers. We compare so much so that it paralyzes us. We're just not talking to enough people. We like to stay comfortable. We're on this emotional roller coaster of, yes, they said they're in, and then no, they're not in, and they're not answering our calls. And you're on this up and down emotional roller coaster. We don't treat our business like a business. We don't keep office hours. We're not having fun. Ow, that's not attractive. We do not have a clear vision of where we're going or a strong why. We're afraid of not being perfect or knowing everything. So then we don't even start. We do not practice our presentation. Whoa, you guys, we have to practice. We are afraid people will think we should be further along in Arbonne. We feel afraid to get someone started since several people that we just started quit, right? So then we start to worry that, oh, maybe it's us. And it's not. It's the people. We just need to find more people. So we focus on what's wrong rather than what's right with our business. We forget to be grateful. And you guys, this was such a huge epiphany to me. No matter what, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, we have this gift, and only 1 to 2% of the population even know about Arbonne. You guys, it's such an amazing gift that we even have this in our hands. So just be grateful, no matter what, that we have this opportunity. We take advice from people who have never built a successful Arbonne business. Stop. We have to stop that. We don't invest in our business. We're not investing in products for our demos, the makeup set, samples, drop-offs. We're reading the recommended personal growth books, and we're attending the trainings, but we're not implementing what we're learning. We have a fallback plan in case this Arbonne thing doesn't work out. And we overestimate what we can do in 1 year, and yet underestimate what we can create in 5 years. So these are the things which we think could be holding us back. And yeah, that's stuff that we can all work on, right? But now I want to talk about what's really holding us back. Okay? So are you ready for this? This is Tami Unleashed now. This is the good stuff. If you're on this call and you're not where you want to be in your business, it's your commitment that needs to increase. Whoa. People invest in our commitment. We cannot attract someone at a greater commitment level than we are. So ultimately, this business is about commitment, and it's a matter of being able to submit ourselves to the process and develop new habits and thinking as well as in action. The issues we face cannot be solved with the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. We have to learn to think like an entrepreneur, not like an employee. And here's the deal, entrepreneurs own their results. We have to learn and grow and become more in order to have more, which all stems from commitment. Each step of our journey from consultant to MVP requires different levels of commitment. And, you know, think about it, you guys. What if I said, you know, it's going to take 100 presentations to become an RVP? You know, would you do it? Well, what about this? What if I said, if you do 100 presentations, by the end of the year, you get $1 million. All of a sudden, your commitment level goes up, right? Nothing changed. It's just all of a sudden you're more committed, right? So let's talk about how commitment shows up in our business. And this is taken from a call I heard by Dana Collins on commitment. And she said the first type of commitment is what we most often see when we bring someone new into the business. So this is when someone says they're going to try this Arbonne thing out and see. Try is a very weak form of commitment. You will hear this type of person say, well, maybe I'll ask a few people to host, and if it works out, then I'll know this is meant to be. This person was convinced and not sponsored. This person doesn't know why they are doing Arbonne, and they truly are not sponsored yet. And that's a really big difference. There's a really big difference, right? The person who is truly sponsored into this opportunity has connected the dots between this business and their dreams. And you guys, that's ultimately our job, is to help people connect the dots between this business and their dreams. So when someone comes into this business without ordering products and scheduling their launch events, they want the results to precede their commitment. Isn't this so helpful to understand? Because now that's like my test to see if someone, you know, because people say they want the business, right? But let's see what they do. Are they ordering the products? And are they, you know, doing some business launches? Then you have something there. If not, you don't have you don't have a business builder yet, okay? So moving this person to a higher level of commitment really comes down to more exposures to Arbonne. Events build belief. Get people to events. Make it a really big deal. True sponsoring is rooted in building relationships that lead conversations and helping people discover that this opportunity could equal their dream. Because here's the deal. People do not join us because we do an incredibly perfect opportunity presentation. Great presenters can bring people in, but it's only going to be short term, because until someone is committed, they are going to hesitate, right? Someone who comes in without being willing to invest the appropriate time and money are committed to trying and not committed to succeeding. To successfully launch as a consultant, we have to commit to following the system, which is presenting the business and products to at least 30 to 40 new people each month, period, end of story. Try is the weakest form of action. And you guys, the good news is if you've never done that before, that means you haven't started treating this business like a business yet. And here's the deal. I was introduced to Arbonne in 2003, but I didn't treat it like a business until 2013. And so if it makes you uncomfortable when people are saying, oh, how long have you been in this business? Shouldn't you be further ahead than you are? You can just say, you know what? I've treated it like a hobby, but I know I'm meant to do this as a business. And man, I'm going to commit to this, and I would love it if you would take a look at it with me. You know, like just say it like it is. The second kind of commitment is usually seen at district manager level. And you guys, I was a district manager for 8 years, so I can really relate to this. And it's the kind of commitment that compels people to join a gym but rarely go. They want the results, but not enough to do the work. This is the person struggling to maintain their GM position or even sponsor. This is what Dana Collins defines as an attemptee. Attemptees have very diffused focus. They haven't defined their priorities and get easily distracted by life because they are not completely committed to an outcome. This is the level at which someone is committed to living a life by default versus design. A person at this level of commitment misses meetings or calls because their child has a soccer game or they cannot find a babysitter. And they justify the decision by saying, well, my family's more important. And isn't it interesting? When we hear this, it's almost like they're saying their family is more important than the families of those who do make it to the meeting. We could, however, make the argument that providing for our family financially or setting an example of doing the uncomfortable is putting our family first. The bottom line is this level of commitment is just not clear about what they truly want. They want the results this business provides, but what they really want to do is what they're already doing. They're just postponing what they really want, and it's a reflection that they do not have a decided heart. And here's the deal. This, again, is like a thermometer for who we're going to spend our time with, right? This was so enlightening to me. If we are responding to what other people throw at us throughout the day, we're actually demonstrating that we are more committed to their priorities than our own. Wow. If we are saying something like, my sponsor didn't tell me there was a meeting or a call, the relinquishment of responsibility is what we do when we are not committed. When we're not committed, we tend to blame, we tend to justify, and we tend to take a victim's position. Full commitment takes full responsibility. So the next level of commitment goes beyond trying, but the heart is not convinced. This type of commitment is often seen at area manager level. This person believes this opportunity works, but this person isn't convinced in their heart that this opportunity will work for them. This is someone who's in activity, but they're not completely in. They've jumped in the pool, but they don't want to get their hair wet. The commitment level tends to focus on the obstacles instead of the opportunities. Wow. We cannot attract quality people from an unconvinced heart. We have to be all in. This kind of commitment constantly questions and looks for better ways to do the business. This kind of commitment prevents us from investing in ourselves and investing in other people. So how do we shift this? Through personal development. In order to shift the visible, we have to shift the invisible. We have to commit to reading and listening and implementing daily. Personal development is absolutely imperative, and it's one of the greatest gifts this business has given to me. Before Arbonne, I thought that some people were just simply dealt a better hand, and I had to accept the hand I was dealt. Because of Arbonne, I stopped reading Oprah Book Club books way back when and started to shift my thinking by embracing personal growth books. I now believe that we are not victims of our circumstances, and we can change the trajectory of our life by changing our self-talk and our thought patterns. We have to be committed to personal growth through all stages of our business. I mean, look at our top leaders. They are all devoted to continuing education, reading, and implementing. I also believe that if we truly want to grow to the next level of our business, we need to be coachable, and we must embrace being mentored by our upline. Our upline sees our blind spots. That's just the truth of the matter. They've walked before us, so they can just see a bigger picture. The next level of commitment is focused action, FOCUS, following one course until success, right? This is where we see many RVPs and MVPs. When our team grew to region, I was devoted to 2 presentations each week, and I still feel like something's missing if I don't have 2 presentations each week. RVPs and MVPs make things happen. They don't wait. They're focused on creating activity in their business that will deliver the results they want. And if we want Arbonne to be our primary source of income, this is the minimum level of commitment we will need. This is where we understand that what we focus on expands. This is where we understand that flexibility does not go without accountability. In other words, we know that if we take time away from Arbonne to focus on a different priority, we will make up for that time. At this level of commitment, we know what we want, and we have decided that Arbonne is the vehicle. When we connect the dots between this opportunity and our purpose, that is when our heart is convinced and we live at a high level of commitment. We understand that success is a byproduct of contribution. The more we contribute, the more we get back in every single way. I have to repeat that. The more we contribute, the more we get back in every single way. This is when we realize that we have our own unique gifts, strengths, and we know that our voice matters. This is when we are truly happy for others and their achievements. This is the commitment level where this business becomes effortless, because it's all about adding value to others wherever we go. It's all about what we can give. At this level, this business is about being true to our mission. The more success we create, the more we have to contribute, and that becomes our reason to succeed. We can only add value to the lives of others by what we achieve. So that makes me think of Cecilia Stoll always talking about building our business huge so that we have a platform upon which to bring awareness to causes that would otherwise be overlooked. We need to build our business so that we can be a voice for others who have no voice. We need to shine our light so that other people can find their way out of the dark. We cannot affect change unless we grow our business and grow our platform. And Petter knew that the purpose of our lives needed to be to add value to the people of this generation and those who follow. That was his vision for creating Arbonne, and that is the mission that he left for each of us. In this regard, think of it. Commitment is based in possibility. Commitment is playing for a result to serve our life purpose. Commitment is filled with joy and love. From a place of commitment, there is nothing to prove. When we are committed, all is well. We trust ourselves. We trust the process. When we are truly committed, peace is the predominant experience. And think about that. What would your life feel like if you didn't have anything to prove? What would your business feel like if you didn't have anything to prove? I mean, we would feel giddy. We would feel relaxed. We would feel ourselves. We would feel free. We would feel limitless. And isn't it interesting how we have all of these self-imposed limits because we think our business is supposed to look a certain way? And you know, all of this sounds so nice, doesn't it? But this leads us back to our calendars. And if you're like me, you have a desire to contribute in a big way. You have a desire to make a difference. You're on a mission to serve and add value to others, but your calendar, may not be reflecting that desire. So this is where my challenge of 3 asks per day comes in. I encourage my team to join me in August by committing to 3 asks per day. So 3 asks to take a look at the business so that I could find some business builders to launch, right? That was the goal. So seems so simple, right? I gave many examples of verbiage. I wrote out my new 100-person list. I set aside time to leave the messages and do the asking. And do you know what happened? This is the truth. Suddenly, I needed to clean the floor. Yep, I needed to take the dogs for a walk. I needed to check my email and unsubscribe from all the emails that I didn't need to see. I needed to make up my sample packs and unload that dishwasher. I started to look up recipes. I went through old pictures. I organized drawers. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I began to bite my nails. I made protein chocolate pudding, even though I wasn't all that hungry, but I just felt like I wanted to eat. And really, it was about avoiding. I gave myself a facial. I gave myself a pedicure. You guys, I felt nervous to reach out to people I hadn't talked to in years. I felt inadequate. I felt crazy. I seriously felt like I was having a multiple personality disorder. Can anyone relate with me? Ah! And then I had to like pull myself out of this. Like, what is going on with you, Tami? Why are you doing this business anyway? And you guys, I had to start thinking really deeply about why am I doing this? And the first person that came to my mind was Lori. She's someone I met in July at a 30 Days to Healthy Living presentation. And she joined and did the 30 days in July. And because of the shift in her, state, her taste buds changed, and she was able to give up her 20-year pack-a-day cigarette habit in August. You guys, she quit smoking. She had never found a way to quit smoking before, and it changed her life. It changed her daughter's life because her daughter had been watching. And then I thought of Dawn and how she showed up at my door in July with her 2 little kids. And she said, Tami, I want to get my picture with my kids and you. And I said, oh my goodness, your kids are so cute. You're a great mom. I'd love to get a picture. And she goes, no, Tami, you changed my life. Because you offered me Arbonne, I was able to get pregnant. I was told I'd never have children. And this is such a big deal. And I'm so grateful to you for sharing the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan with me. You guys, it's amazing. And then I thought of my friend Jana, who's a nurse practitioner and a single mom, and she's lost 150 pounds and she got her life back. And my friend Heather, who's an OBGYN and has the craziest hours, and she's lost 150 pounds and she got her life back. And it's like the more uncomfortable I was with making the calls, the more I just had to settle in and think about why I'm doing this. And you guys, I got really uncomfortable. My armpits were sweating, and I left message after message after message after message. And then I started to get the responses. Some were saying, yes, I'd like to take a look at this business. Some were saying, no, someone else already talked to me. I'm not into it. Some were interested in the product. Some, I made coffee appointments. I made Zoom appointments. I sponsored new consultants. And I know I'm just getting started. And you guys, from that, we have had around like 2 people in going for a consultant bonus each month, or maybe 1 person going for their district manager bonus. The shift has been today. I just looked it up and it brought me to tears. Our team currently has 11 people going for their consultant bonus of $2,500 and 5 people reaching for their district manager bonus. It's so exciting. There's been a huge shift in our team. And I realized that the discomfort is the access point to expansion. You guys, discomfort is the access point to our potential. Discomfort gives us access to exponential possibility beyond what we can even imagine. Discomfort is the open door to our dreams. Instead of being attached to my numbers and the amount of sales that come from each event, I have shifted my focus to people and contribution. My mission is to help people see their worth and love their life every minute through this beautiful vehicle called Arbonne. What could we create if we were not attached to our results? What if we were simply committed to the process of sharing with one precious person at a time? What if we could share this gift with all our hearts, like a little kid at the lemonade stand? Hi, do you want some lemonade? It's so good. You need to try it. People are drawn to the little kids' excitement and joy and heart and commitment. So what if we showed up like that? When I first promoted to district manager in 2006, Carol Bodell sent me a card that said, within the whisper of a wish is the power to make it come true. And maybe tonight, all you have is a whisper of a wish that Arbonne will be your way to change your family's circumstances. Well, I'm here to say that the power to make it come true is the discomfort. And discomfort is what most people pull back from but actually discomfort is our superpower. Discomfort is our access point to every possibility. So my call to action is to get an accountability partner today, to write our 100-person list today, and ask people to take a look at this business until your calendar is packed full of business launches. Have a no matter what commitment, sweat, come undone, go through the multiple personality disorder phase, and allow yourself to grow. We all praise the butterfly, but we cannot discount or disrespect the caterpillar. So what if we committed fully to the habit of 3 asks per day? What if we treated this business like a business, maybe for the first time ever? What would it feel like to focus on the asking instead of the results? What if we understood that the more people we helped, the more we become mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and financially? We cannot do this by playing small. We were created with specific talents and things that you and I are just naturally good at, and these gifts were given to us for a reason. They were given to us to use, to share with others. And at a high level of commitment, we understand that this business is the vehicle given to us that will allow us to help others build their gifts and fulfill their purpose too. So ask yourself today, what are you committed to? How are you spending your time? What is your daily habit? In the words of Gandhi, a small body of determined spirits, fired by an unquenchable faith in their mission, can alter the course of history. And I believe we've been given this life-changing message of hope and freedom for such a time as this. You guys, there's never been a better time to treat this business like the beautiful, amazing business and gift that it is. So love you guys, and I hope this was super helpful for you.
Beyond super helpful. Beyond super helpful. Let me change this off of speaker view. I don't know how to put it on gallery view. Is that, oh goodness gracious. Is that gallery view? Can everybody see everybody or no? I don't know. Okay, there we are. Tammy, that was so amazing. I had to number my pages because there so many pages full, and I'm sure everybody felt like that. And if you could have read the note section where all the questions were happening, it was like powerful, best presentation I've ever heard, this is what I needed, right? I mean, it was like prayers going up, hearts, boom. It was so helpful. So God bless you, and thank you so much. And you guys can unmic yourself if you want to say anything, or go ahead. Stop the recording, right? Anyone want to?
Thank you, Tammy. That was awesome. Loved
Yay!
it. Loved it. Such good stuff.